Welcome and thank you for subscribing. In this lesson, we're going to be covering market participants and relationship to investment research. My objective is twofold. Number one, to define key market participants in the market and their role in financial analysis. And secondarily, I'm going to try to show you a sample research report and give you some additional resources so that you can build your own perspective on equities and continue your career forward. Okay, so across the financial industry, we have several types of players which produce and consume research. Investment research, as demonstrated in earlier tutorials, comes in many shapes, forms, sizes, snippets, word counts, time frames, etc. It's very varied. There's a lot of people that can publish research, from basic freelancer to top level investment banker. So we can see the differences in the infrastructure as well as in the delivery. Okay, so when we talk about investment research, we talk about banks, and banks specifically have departments which are allocated to equity research, which produce investment research on a periodic basis, covering select number of stocks or securities, and this could be of a particular segment. So one analyst may cover chemicals, another analyst may cover energy, another analyst may cover retail, so on and so forth. Each of those segments or industry coverages may have maybe 12 to 18 companies. This is a hypothetical situation. And these analysts will prepare the reports for consumption. We also have broker dealers. Broker dealers are essentially prime brokerage firms which are selling their services so that retailers or investors can actually trade in the markets. They provide some sense of research as well. This could be investment research in the form of equity research or in snippets, so on and so forth. We also have investment banks, top level investment banks like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, and the others. They also, aside from providing M&A, advisory, and fundraising services, they will also provide research. We also have asset management companies. Different asset management companies will have their teams for distributing their own mutual funds, and they will also have teams devoted to research. Now, on the consumer side, we have different types of consumers who will kind of digest and review this research. Number one is investor relations. Every team inside a firm has an investor relations department. This will be a team that deals with media. The team that deals with media basically will be able to review all of the equity research reports and build a base from there. Point two will be the retail investors. Retail investors, any Tom, Dick, and Harry looking to invest will actually consume this research so that they can make their decisions. Point three is maybe family offices, sophisticated family offices which are investing in excess of $1 million in equity, can actually move forward with consuming a high level research. And most importantly, hedge funds. Hedge funds basically consume a lot of research. They prepare their own research and they invest. We also have two types of roles. One is buy-side analysts. An investment analyst's key role here is to generate primary research that results in investment recommendations for the funds. So they prepare the reports, and the portfolio managers invest in these equities. They work inside financial institutions, typically hedge funds, mutual funds, pension funds, and or any other firm with the objective of proposing investment. They research companies, build financial models, review earnings consensus, monitor news, and produce extensive research. Sell-side analysts, on the other hand, are analysts that produce research for consumption. They do not provide recommendation for investment. A sell-side analyst undertakes research and preparation, and they look at a particular coverage. The research companies attend earning calls, they build financial models, and they establish price targets. Okay, so I'm going to show you now an equity research report. Here we have one from JP Morgan. The target company is Telefónica. And here we see, a price, the probably price when it was published, 19th November 2010. And then we have a price target, which is 21.50. We see basically all of the events that have happened, the valuation, actuals, expected, company data, the price, the date of the price targets, price target end dates, 52-week returns, market capitalization, shares outstanding. This gives us a good snippet of what it is to make a report. The key points ab initio level are basically we look at maybe top line, revenues, EBITDA, earnings per share, free cash flow, so on and so forth. We look at our quarter results. We look at particular geographies and their different sources of revenue. We look at the different product segments, mobile broadband penetration, so on and so forth. We look at more geographies. And then we run through some numbers to arrive at our target valuation. So this is an example of a report that basically can help investors make decisions. There's graphs. These graphs also are very useful for particularly for technical analysts who may be having a easier way with charts. A summary of financials and a wrap-up. The wrap-up is right here. Okay, so this is an example of a report, just for you guys to take away. You can Google these. You will find some of them you won't, so on and so forth. One of them is here. Now, another thing, you can also look at some reports here. Goldman Sachs has kind of like an equity research coverage. You can look at, for example, this company, Apron. This is Blue Apron. Interesting company. And Blue Apron Holdings, you can see some of the historicals, the company, the ticker, coverage group, America Internet, the analyst covering it, so on and so forth. So here you can this is all publicly available information. You can get it whenever you want. You just have to Google it, Goldman Sachs Global Investment Research. You'll find it. And this will help you build more knowledge and eventually kind of grow further into a better professional, a better investor, and a better decision maker. Hopefully this was helpful, and looking forward to the next lessons. Thank you.